All right, traders. Hey, welcome on back here this Wednesday. It feels like a Friday, but today is indeed Wednesday, December 31st. It is the last day of the trading year. Great to see Andrea, Leda, got Grant, Yehuda, got Scott, Phil, a few more of us just here. I see logged in. Give me a quick chat back. Let me know if you got me here loud and clear. Should be good for all of us inside our live trading room. Otherwise, on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Popping up lower left, at least right there on social at Cypher Trading U. Just make sure to hit the follow or subscribe button if you were looking to make more money heading into 2026. Of course, we had basically went over this from a couple weeks ago, but to prep yourself up going into the new year. Hey, your homework, especially with tomorrow being off, New Year's Day. Think of trading resolutions, right? What are your goals across the next 365 days? It's so easy to just live in the moment and just take things day by day. But next thing you know, we're going to be in March, right? So you want to at least have a nice list and goal of resolutions, goals, things that you want to accomplish. Of course, that goes for all of life, happiness and health above all. But when it comes to making money and learning how to trade, looking to become a consistently profitable trader, hey, over the next day or so, figure that out a bit. Figure out what your goals are, what you want to accomplish heading into 2026. Now, with that said, hey, we actually have class ahead here this afternoon. We'll make sure we post the link here in a bit. I'm on my unicycle this week, juggling a few bowling pins in the air here. So give me a couple seconds here. We'll get that link posted for all of our students here just right now. But again, keep in mind we have our phase 3 course coming up at 3:05 Eastern today. So there we are. Sorry for the audio delay there. Kathleen, Leda, Joe, Charles, Barbara, all of our students right there. Keep in mind, you have the link right there below. Just you can click on. It should be open. Should be good. If it is not open yet, we'll make sure it's all open once we finish this meeting up. Now, with that said, I know that Fausto is going to be focused on this SIDU trade. How do I know that? Well, it was the last comment that he made in the trading room. At 10:08 in the morning, he wrote to you folks here, SIDU popped. And he was going over that with you in the class. So he was just trying to kind of give a hint to all the non-students here. Hey, this is what I'm trading with, Michael and Leda and Grant, all of the students there in the class at the time. So, hey, it's at the highs. It's got a good order book. It's a stock that we've been very familiar with just from the last week and a half. So they had a common stock offering back on the 23rd where it tanked the stock price down to here. But hey, very strong move, obviously, in hindsight, strong recovery, even with this big red candle, it bounced back up. So absolutely a stock that we like. It's definitely proving itself to us on a consistent level. So SIDU, definitely going to put this back on our list here to begin. Now, I'll tell you what, though, let's just run it right now from top to bottom here. Top percent gainer is up 175%. IMBS. Now, this already made its move, I think. How do you know? I mean, maybe it can go up more, right? It's still actually close to the highs, a lot closer to the high of the day than it is from where it had opened up, right? So it wouldn't be hurtful for me to put this on our main list. But this stock, INBS, we've traded before. And we know this because it's just been a consistent loser over time. So for the 1 or 2 days across like the last couple years, where there's been some volume, you probably traded it here pre-market back in 24. Well, it's a low float stock. So, these actually, this is crazy. Take a look at this. The float on INBS, according to TradeStation, allegedly, less than 1 million shares. That's the float. That's the gas tank. And this thing right now is trading 95 million shares, total on the day. So those are shares turned over all of those times around. So yeah, big trees fall hard. It's still making a head and shoulders. I wrote that to you earlier here too. Just it ended up popping a little bit first. So it actually developed the head at the time. Ready? Watch this. Actually, I got to take a snapshot of this to use this for my class. But you got shoulder, little head there. Get another shoulder built. So with that said, I mean, it could be a good short, but no one can really short this thing. It's hard to borrow. It's probably impossible to borrow. So I think that we're done with this trade for right now. If it really wants to prove itself, then let it break out over 12 once more. But I think this thing's cooked. All right, now keep going through our list though here, or our gainers side at least. We'll build up our watch list for Fausto and For any of our students joining Fausto, if you're gold, platinum, or diamonds, want to make sure that you're prepped up too. So, hey, ANGH, it's actually holding here. It is holding here, right? But it's another low float stock trading just huge volume total on the day, 41 million shares on 4 million share float. That's still pretty extreme. So I'll come back to that one also at the end of the meeting, see if it's going to prove itself to us there. Last trading day of the year, and I know if you're trying to trade this thing, you're trying to go to the slot machine, you're trying to play some poker, you're trying to play some blackjack. That's all right, but I'd rather at least have an easier opportunity to make real money on, trade larger size. So if you want to trade that on one share, go on ahead, but we're going to at least try and focus on some better opportunities. ULY, a lot of these trades, I'll probably say the same thing though otherwise, where, well, we'll come back to it at the end. ULY, low float. It's only trading 13, 14 million shares compared to the other two. So, maybe it's more bound to at least hold and pop. Doesn't hurt for us to at least add this to our list, I guess. I'm kind of selling myself into putting this on our list. All right, so we'll add this for now, the ULY. Either way, we'll come back to all these at the end and round them up. And if any of them are just going the other way, tanking, pulling back, reversing, we'll scrap them. NUAI, I think this thing, yesterday morning it took a huge hit. I think I'm thinking about another stock, another AI company, but either way, it had that big drop on the 30th, the 29th rather it was. So maybe it was. Let's see. Oh, yeah. This thing had a huge hit. This was the stock then. This thing tanked. It was just the 29th. And then it broke lower on the 30th, I guess having a small rebound day today. It's at the highs. Intraday graph looks good. Just long-term graph stinks. So just be careful on it. Another stock I'll reluctantly just add for now. But, once the momentum is lost on the upside move, it's going to drop just twice as fast probably. Ooh, speaking of dropping twice as fast, this is going up. SLV is dropping back down. So we were going to find this anyway on the loser side here anyway. But SLV down, the inverse to that's going up. So that's ZSL. Looks good. Nice cheap ETF, inverse trade to silver. On this was a beautiful move today. Didn't have a great level to take the trade from after the 917. So I'm very thankful it worked out for us here. Just it broke the top here at the time. A little before that, I got in at 942. So that's where I'm still in at just from the second half of my position. I took the first half out, though, just right around, it was like 10.05, I think, $10.05. It was a little bit earlier here. I don't know if I'm going to turn this into a swing. I really like the 917, though, and I feel like it's not totally done with this area just yet. It might consolidate, come back down next week or Friday. If this really wants to hold and go back up, I'm here for that, right? We're here for another hour and 22 minutes. So if this really wants to go berserk for the afternoon, for the rest of the day and for the afternoon, I could turn this into a swing trade in that sense. But if it just metals out here before 4 p.m. and that's all, I'll probably just pull the second half. That's it. It's been a great trade. DJT was a great trade. Wow, this actually was just as good, if not better. If you were with us earlier today, we mapped this out perfectly for you all. In fact, I was looking for a short. I thought this was so weak off the news that I'm like, it's probably going to be a better short than a long afterwards. Meaning that I was looking for a move up towards 1375, and then I expected it to just collapse and tank. Whatever news came out on the stock here, the Trump media, I'm not buying it. I think it's BS. I think it's a pop and drop move here. So it did lead to a good day trade move to get up to the 1375. So I'm not even short now on this trade. I didn't attempt the short. I wish I could say I did. Honestly, it's down. But I took this on the way up. So as this pushed up and above 1325, 1330-ish here, built beautifully with higher lows. But hey, it topped off exactly at that 1375. That was the gap fill at least there, right? So, this is just where we say, not even for like students like Charles, and Genevieve knows, and Leda knows, and Jim and Michael, you guys are here most times throughout the day. And although we're not going to always read every comment, right? But you know the significance of these call outs, why it's so important to read the chat room throughout the morning or afternoon, seeing the comments that I'm making, and Rich and Fausto. If you're on social media, this is just what we post pretty much on a day-to-day basis. So at 8:48 in the morning, I gave you the game plan there, right? 1375 would complete a gap fill on the daily chart for DJT. Would need a lower low to attempt it, but if the markets are weak, I could see it being a better short than a long later on. So I at least took this on the way up to get up to the 1375, and I ended up taking half my trade out right there. Then I closed the second half out just as it was kind of. Either way, done with this stock for now. It could even be a good short. I'm just not going to put it on our main list. SOPA. Ooh, this might actually build back up here, huh? Another trade. This was a nice trade earlier today, too. Ended up jumping in right from here, 1325 level. Broke above resistance. That flipped into support. So that was another beautiful trade that we called out before as well. This is actually near the highs, though, and I got out on this on the shakedown. So I took my profit already, but it is trying to go back up. So another decent move here. I don't mind just adding this to our list. Good spread. Not bad. It's not open. So it's decent enough there. Everything else kind of garbage. I mean, we're already at 5%, right? They're actually at like 5% right here. So not really seeing much else from the gainer side there, folks. Take a look over on the losers list. Any good shorts? Court, this thing took a huge hit here this morning. When did this drop? 8:30 in the morning. Wow, this actually was a decent short going into the market open. Just steady downtrend. It was easy to borrow. It pulled all the way down towards like 33. Just for right now, for the afternoon, I think it's done for. Not really much to focus on this trade. EKSO, we knew this would be on the losers list today. Figured that would happen. SLV, we got already. Talked about the drop off just before. ZSL, the inverse is going up. And I think that just about wraps it up here, folks. Not a whole lot else out there. We'll probably see some more volatile markets heading into at least the first week or two of 26, but probably the beginning of next week or even the week afterwards, more people kind of trickle back into the market. All right, so how about this? Barbara, Brian, Allen, you got Mark here, you got Sonia. I'm just trying to shout out some different names here. You got Yehuda, who actually had a really good day today altogether. He killed it on that IMBS. All right, so let me know if anything else looks good, folks, just before we finish. But again, we have our phase 3 course. Most of you will be with Fausto there, so you don't have to listen to this raspy, annoying voice for the next hour and 20 minutes at least. You got Fausto, so you got a 36+ year pro that'll be trading in front of you in the advanced class. Let me know though if there's anything else looking good, up, down, left, right, though, more than 5%. You just want me to check out. I'll give a couple shout outs at least later. Appreciate you as always on YouTube, at least this afternoon, simulcasting with us inside our live room, as well as Muhammad. Muhammad, great to have you joining us on YouTube this afternoon. Happy and healthy to you as well. NVIDIA drop. Yeah, kind of just pulling back at the market, right? Kind of just a sideless play there pretty much. Could be a good short if the markets are continuing to weaken out, at least heading into the afternoon, right? There could be a couple trades that tail down with the market. Nike is like kind of holding here, isn't it? And it's you know what? It's a gap fill too. So it's not up more than 5%. So that's why we didn't find Nike on the gainer side here. But obviously, it's one that we've been on top of, and Fausto has been swing trading it, so he's been doing pretty good on it from maybe the end of last week, even it was, or the beginning of this week. But it's a gap fill, so I'll actually put this on our list just to finish up here. Nike, just don't want to forget about it. The PACB from Todd, I saw that when I was going through, and nothing too impressive on it right now. There's nothing really much to write home about on this trade. It's flat, right? So if you're in from earlier, I'm rooting you on, right? Not to say you're not up. It's just to say it is as flat could be. So for New Year's resolution is to be watching the grass grow. This might be up our alley, maybe. No, but there's a chance it could pop, right? There's a chance it could pop maybe Friday, maybe next week. We'll be on top of it should that be the case. And shoot, for this afternoon, if this wants to waken up a bit, then I'll be here for that. Just for right now, we'll pass on it for the time being. Hey, this stock we've done really well on. I want to bring it back here just because this stock we did exceptionally well on years ago. I'm talking probably 3-4 years ago, maybe. Lose track of my timeline. Yeah, check this here. Check this one candle. This is back from August of 22, Todd. So, pop and drop. This went from like 8 up to 14, all the way back down same day. So, yeah, we're pretty familiar with this one. We would love to see another like short squeeze play on it. Just right now, a little flat. That's all. All right, folks. Hey, if I don't catch you inside our live trading room, if you're on YouTube, social media, Facebook Live, etc., have a happy and healthy, right? Drive safe. Please be safe tonight. But either way, hey, have a happy and healthy new year ahead, you and your families respectively. And with that, of course, although happiness and health come first and most important, let's make this also a very prosperous year for us all here, right? And especially inside our live trading room. Leda, Scott, Todd, Kath, all of our students here. Once more, I want to shout out, if you have not heard just from earlier, thank you so much for your investment of time, let alone money, but for your time of being a student and being a part of our wonderful community at Cyber Training University, inside our room, in our classes, all together in person, of course, just this year at our on-site class. But thank you so much for investing your time and just being a student, taking part in our classes, coaching, workshops, webinars, just day-to-day activity inside our live trading room. Wishing everybody the best going into 2026, folks. All right. Hey, we'll be back at least coming up. I'll try and jump back on the mic coming up at 3 o'clock Eastern here in just a bit. I'll go from there, folks. Take care.